Hey everyone, and welcome to this quick video. This is behind the scenes of what you don't see when I am figuring out the shortcuts for your maps. So what I've been using in these videos is just a general 3-power club that I have. I switched the ramp from the engineer just because it has a little bit better accuracy. But the key is really the foxball and understanding how the foxball interacts with different blocks and the spacing between blocks and what you can do. So I'm just going to go in, try to find a random map, and then we're going to try to solve it together. So generally what I do is I'll look through the trending to see if there's anything interesting there. What I'm looking for is either a lot of blocks or something that has an interesting feature that catches my eye. So like a lot of these are just very simple hole-in-ones that you can get, like this hole-in-2 max. Well, that's just an easy hole-in-one. So I keep scrolling. I don't really find anything too much. Then what I'll do is I'll skip the top because those are just the ones that you've already seen, and those are the ones that are in the actual Custom Greens Pro over here. So you can practice those over there, but then I'll come over here, and then what I'm looking for is something that is going to be challenging and offers you a unique feature and is also well designed. So sometimes it could be spacing, sometimes it could be block placement. We'll just look for, I guess we'll just search possible, see what pops up. So as you can see, anyone that's saying it's impossible and they don't have a stipulation that's not true, I'm generally not going to like your map. I may enjoy it, but it's definitely not a challenge as you advertise. Let's see, so they're saying this one is a hole-in-one possible, so let's try to figure out how to do this one together. So I like the name of this map already. So yes, I would agree it is possible. You just have to figure out how much power and the starting position off these ramps in order to get it there. So if this was my first time trying it, what I would do is I would just do full backspin, take a random angle, which I think, and then just fire it out the hole. So I know that's a good distance, so now I just have to find the correct direction. That looks like the correct direction. So then I should be able to figure out the hole-in-one. If I can find it. I hate how you have to keep searching and it doesn't keep the same searches on. That's one thing that I would potentially want to update. Makes it much easier. So let's go back into this map. So now we know I can aim pretty much just directly at the hole. I can do the 2 backspin, maybe just a little less power. Barely anything. Ooh, so close. That's definitely the angle. Little left of the hole, just under the power. Oof, that was pretty close. We'll get there. You just have to get the angle right. Okay. Let's see what angle we got in it. So now we're a lot more on the left side, so it's going to be a little trickier. So I think this is going to sling us a little bit more to the right. So I'll aim a little left, do the same thing that I've been doing, a little less power. Somewhere in there maybe? Hey, that looks pretty close. Almost. I guess maybe full power, 2 backspin on that left side is how you'll get it. Just left the hole. We didn't have this starting position, so this is going to be a little bit trickier. So now we got this edge in front of us, which is it's going to try to ricochet up a little bit higher if we don't hit it correctly. So this is going to bounce up really high and go really far. Okay. So some of these, it's all about the different starting position that you have of how easy or hard the hole is. Some it makes it impossible to do it. So like here now, if we see if I was to just go a little bit more to the right, the shot shape would have been a lot different than we previously had in the other one. And that's just how the foxball interacts going over ledges. So that's one of the things that you have to keep in mind, and one of the things that I can exploit on some of your maps in order to reduce my shot count in total. So now we're back to here, so we know what this one we're doing. So it's just left of the hole, just under full power, right in here, and that looks pretty good. Come on. Oh, so close, so close. That was exactly a shot, but just not the right amount of power. So we know the shot shape. Now we just have to execute it on the correct starting point. This one, two. Bounce off this wall. Ah, come on, I wanted to get a little backspin there. We're gonna get this one. It's a good designed hole. You just have to get the right, so we know this one now. So left of the hole, just under max power. Not too much left though. Maybe just have to do max power. I'm gonna try max power if I can get that starting position again. You should be able to probably get it. Going just under doesn't look like enough. Alright, so we know this one. Ugh. Alright, so then just full power, just left of the hole. It should take us there. Definitely the right distance. Gotta go a little bit more left. Seen this one. Just left of the hole. Right in there, it looks pretty good. Dunk it, dunk it! Oh, yeah! There we go. So there it is. So that's how I would come up with some of the shortcuts and how I find them. So you can see it really doesn't take too long for some of them. Some of them it's harder just because of the starting position, so those may take longer. But once I get it down, generally I'm pretty consistent with getting it. That was really close, but once you understand kind of the theory behind how to approach the hole, then it's just getting really good at executing it. So like we know the starting position, so we know what we're doing. Just left of the hole, 2 backspin. In there. Oh man, that block just missed us. That would have been a nice dunk. I'm just trying to find the other starting position now, because you can also, wish you could be able to change the starting position on some of these just to make, so like, yeah, here's the other starting position. So then it's just left of the hole, full power. Right here, looks good. It didn't really go. But yeah, that's how I approach some of the maps. So that was a hole-in-one, whereas if you have one that's not a hole-in-one, if we find one that looks a little trickier, let's see, possible, possible hole-in-one, and we did that one. Impossibilist 2 ever, I don't know about that. Does look potentially a little tricky, but there's different approaches for different maps depending on the blocks that you get. So this one, what I'm thinking about immediately is I don't think I'd be able to get it up this ramp enough, so you'd have to leave it somewhere in there. But from here, you can see that the angle would be incredibly tough, so if anything, the hole-in-one is not possible. The hole-in-two might be, if you can keep it like this, and then you can get the, see, we have the angle that we can get to the hole. I just don't know how long it would take me in order to get it, so we'll just try like max power from here from now. So we can see we can clearly get it to there in 2 after the first shot, but then you just have to master how much this shot is and the angle. So it's definitely an orange somewhere. This one. So you just have to hug this left side, get it just to the tip of this hard green. So you want to land it in there, so that's the perfect position that you want to be. Then you'll aim it just left of the hole. It's looking like maybe lightest orange that you can get, maybe. Just over the lightest orange that you can get. That should get us there. So farthest left we can just to the tip of that hard green. Maybe a little bit shorter would work too, so let's try a little shorter. If we go a little shorter, then we're going to have to use a little bit more orange. We're going to have to use more orange anyway, so maybe in there. So that's definitely the power that you would want in order to get it. But I think we can get this one pretty soon. Seeing that we know the angle and the power, so just get over here, hug up here. That's perfect position. So then 2 backspin left of the hole, just over orange power. Wow, that came out a little bit hotter. A little bit hotter than the previous one. Maybe because I had it a little bit higher up the ramp. Alright, that looks a little better. And then just barely over orange. Yeah, that looks like the correct angle. Well, correct amount of power in the first shot. That second shot is very tricky over that lip of that ramp. That should be okay. Can't really see what I'm doing now, but should be somewhere in here. Hit off this back. If I would have hit off that back, it would have been possible. Okay, so I'm just barely up this ramp, hug this left side, good starting position. And right in there. Light orange. Get in there, get in there. Oh, it just nicked the very tip of that block and went a little too far forward. That's definitely the shot that you need in order to get this impossiblest 2 ever into. So it's definitely here. It's a little bit higher up on the ramp, so maybe not as much orange, just the lightest orange you can get. Left of the hole. Come on, get in there, get in there. Backspin in. Ugh, super close. You just have to get lucky, because it is a little tricky of a shot, but it's not impossible as the name suggests. Okay, good spot. Maybe if I was to do this spin, once it falls, it'll go to the left a little more. Maybe that. There it is. Boom, just like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, kind of see what's going on in the mind as I am making and disproving some of these holes of yours. If it's the most impossiblest 2 ever, don't expect me to like the map. Maybe the design of the map to get there, but the name is misleading. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Send in your crazy maps for me to try, and if I like it, I'll feature it in the next video.